Good morning and welcome to Split Croatia. And in this video, I'm going to show you the daily routine in the life of a digital nomad / online entrepreneur. So let's get up and get to it. So after making the bed, getting changed, the first thing that I do in the morning before anything else is reading from the Word of God. And specifically today's verse is Proverbs 9 verse 10, which reads, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is insight." Amen. The book of Proverbs is one of my favorite books of the Bible. I'll spend time in prayer, meditating on it, praying kind of over Allie and I, my wife, and the day, and then go ahead and get started. All right, now for breakfast, this will change depending on the country and city that we're in. But for today, we have some Greek yogurt that I eat with oats, blueberries, a little bit of honey, and then also for a little bit of kind of clean energy, I like to drink green tea. Either green tea, oolong, or matcha are my favorites. And I eat 2 meals a day, so this is the first. And this should give me the energy that I need for the day. And then right after breakfast, and sometimes during breakfast, I'll start on the workday, and you can kind of see my setup here behind me that I'll show you in a second. But first, I'll put on my computer glasses. These are basically blue light reflective glasses, so it lets less blue light into my eyes. I don't wear it a ton on camera just because obviously you can kind of see there's so much glare. So that's why you don't see me wearing it a lot, but I actually do wear it a ton when I'm working, and it really helps kind of reduce headache, especially from being around a computer all the time. Over in that room, over there, is my wife, Allie. She's working, and then I'm over here, obviously in this room, because we found it better to work separately, much better for concentration. In terms of the setup, what I have here first, super important for me. I love writing things down. I found it extremely helpful. Even though I do use a ton of the laptop, I really like taking physical notes. So this notebook that I got in Mexico, this is for temporary like lists, brainstorming, algebra, any like math or things that I need to do. Very, very messy, but really helps get my thoughts down on paper, quick to remember. This one, a little bit, better quality, my green notebook. This is for when I enroll in new courses online, I go to conferences, I come across anything super powerful, interesting information, I go ahead and write it down in here. Much more organized, really, really powerful, and I always review this like once a month. Then I have my water bottle, of course, for when I get thirsty. Headphones, amazing, help block out obviously everything in the environment and help me kind of focus in on the work that I'm doing, whether I'm video editing, or if I'm not video editing, then I like to listen to like a lo-fi mix or concentration mix on YouTube or Spotify. And of course, the beast here, the laptop, which is propped up by this stand that I got on Amazon. You can kind of see, this just helps in terms of posture. I'm like kind of more at eye level, as you can kind of see me there in the reflection. So that's just kind of my overall setup. And what you don't see is you don't see my cell phone anywhere. That's because it's over in that room. I want to keep it far away from me when I'm working because it's a huge distraction. So you can tell, eliminate distractions, focus in on the work. You can get a lot more done in a lot less time. Now, in terms of the work that Allie and I do to make a living as digital nomads and online entrepreneurs, is we have 3 main businesses. So our first business is our e-commerce brand. This is where we sell physical and digital products on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and Walmart. Our second business is where we teach brands, marketers, and individuals how to sell their own products or expand their brand onto Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, eBay, these platforms as well. So in this second kind of business, we have our YouTube channel where we teach and create tutorials and case studies and things like that. And we also have affordable courses on Udemy and Skillshare. And then our third business model that is our newest and also our least profitable is our travel brand, known right now as Hobarts Abroad. So this is where we create travel content mostly on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok of our travels. So vlogs, for example, something like this, day trips, itineraries, drone shots, things like that on these different platforms. We're still working on growing this last brand. And Allie and I have kind of divided half and half about. So Allie does half the work, I do the other half of the work for each of the businesses to try to make it fair and based on kind of our skills. And I'll actually show you exactly kind of what I do every week right here. So I like to keep all of my daily tasks here in this Google Sheet. I've just found this is a free way and one of the best ways to keep myself organized. So as you can see in the first column, we have the business. Second, we have the task that we complete every week associated with that business. Third, we have how many hours it takes us per week, how many hours it takes us per month. And then one really awesome tool that I think every online entrepreneur, digital nomad should definitely be using is this thing called Toggle Track. It's a free tool, and basically you can track how long it takes you to work on each project. We only need to work 25 hours per week, which comes to about 101 hours per month. However, we usually, and for a while, have been working a lot more than 25 hours. And the reason for that is because we want to grow, start new businesses, grow our current businesses, which include things like product research, product development, listing creation, product launch when we have a new product or a new course that we need to launch, learning. Right now I'm learning a lot about investing. So if we want to work 25 hours a week, then we just work that. Otherwise, if we kind of feel like working more and really want to grow, which usually we do, then we'll go ahead and work on some of these other tasks. Or I also have this kind of secret sheet here, my future projects. These are just future projects that are in the pipeline, but I kind of keep that private. And then basically based on our future projects, what we need to do every week, then that gives me what I need to work on every day. Now let's go ahead and actually get to work. All right guys, it's a little bit past noon. Finished up my work for the first half of the day, and what I found super important is that every day I take a break halfway. Even if I'm feeling really energetic and really productive, I always stop to take a break. And the reason for this is there's actually a period where I would just basically work pretty much all day and take no breaks, and I would keep getting burnt out every week and just feel so kind of anxious, depressed, felt awful. So I just started forcing myself, okay, I'm gonna take an hour to 2 hour break every day. And since doing that, my productivity overall has increased. My enjoyment has increased. It's super helpful. And if you're a fellow digital nomad or entrepreneur, I would definitely encourage you to test this for at least a month. I'll show you exactly what I do to relax. Some days I might go out for a walk, but really most days I'm on this bad boy. So this is a Nintendo Switch. I used to have a PS4 before I started living abroad. This is basically a portable game console. So as you can see here, I can take it out, play this like on a plane or a bus or something if I'm not listening to an audiobook. It's 2-player too. You have the 2 red and blue controls. And then you hook it up here, put it into an HDMI, and then you have it on a TV as well. And right now my preferred game is Mario Kart Deluxe. So here on my last call of the day with a great guy, Brett, fellow Ohioan, now in Utah. Right now it's like about 3 p.m. here. And what time is it for you, Brett?
7 a.m.
And we're working on a tool to kind of help automate and do some of the heavy lifting for Amazon sellers in terms of Amazon PPC, as well as some other kind of cool tools, which is what we're going to be talking about in this call. So we'll snapshot and kind of what our calls look like. A little after 5 p.m. now, and look how my workstation has evolved over the day. A little bit messy. That's just kind of how life goes. So all that I have left in terms of work today is to respond to messages and just touch up on a couple other quick things. And right after we move to one of my favorite parts of the day, which I'm super excited for. So let's finish up. All right, it is just a little bit after 6 p.m., which marks the end of the work day today. And what I like to do is at the end of kind of my work shift is to go exercise and get some cardio in, which is either in the form of running or swimming. And here in Split, we're fortunate enough to be a very short walk from the Adriatic coast. And then afterwards I come back and do an upper body workout on like an app with my phone, just to stay in relatively good shape, or at least that's the goal. And as well as just kind of decompress the mind from the workday. So I'm super excited. Let's get there before the sun sets. We are on our way. And obviously Allie's joining me. Otherwise, if I was going by myself, which sometimes I do, what I like to do if my head isn't like too crowded with all the things from the day is to listen to an audiobook. So right now, this is the audiobook I'm listening to, which is The Little Book of Common Sense Investing. I just finished reading A Random Walk Down Wall Street, and that is by far the best investing book I've read. Would highly recommend. One small step for man, one giant step for a small child. swimming and we're here at our favorite restaurant in the neighborhood getting some local Croatian food and of course a little bit of ice cream as a treat. So we just placed the order. We're gonna go back and shower, get ready up, come back, get the food so we can relax at home and finish the last part of our daily itinerary. The food has arrived. So here we have some Dalmatian bread. This is the Dalmatian coast of Croatia, so bread is super good, kind of like pita bread. A couple fish soup. Fish is really big here in Croatia as well. The soup is awesome. Some tartar sauce. Doesn't look that great in the camera, but we've had it before. It's super good. And also a little bit of, not too much, Croatian wine as well, which looks super good. And while we eat, we're listening to the enchanting sounds of none other than this man right here, Gordan Ramsay.
You are so in denial. You need therapy.
All right, it's getting close to 11, which means it's time to get ready for bed. So our nightly routine, obviously after kind of just relaxing, decompressing from the day, is we'll brush our teeth, read a Bible verse and pray together before going to sleep. Personally, we don't set alarms unless we have a meeting or something really important, that we need to wake up for, like a flight or whatever it might be early in the morning. Other than that, we don't set an alarm. Usually sleep about 8 or 9 hours. We have a lot more energy, and like I said, we ultimately enjoy life more and accomplish a lot more by doing this. So that's kind of, the night schedule. Go to sleep, wake up and do it again. And obviously, as you saw today, we are mostly indoors doing a lot of work. Of course, that's not all of our day, just kind of more of a typical work day and daily routine for us. However, we do try that twice a week we go out into the area and go explore and adventure wherever we are. For example, in this case, earlier this Tuesday, we actually went to an island and specifically to a beach on this island called Zlatni Rat, or the Golden Horn Beach here in Croatia. One of the best times we've had in a while, where we went parasailing. We took some drone shots of the beautiful Cape, which was really, really wonderful. Went and kind of played on this inflatable obstacle course out in the water, which was super cool. Had some amazing food. Met some awesome new people. It was just such a great time, and we're planning on going back out this weekend as well. Again, trying to do 2 days a week if possible, and the rest of the week we're hustling kind of with this routine, and honestly we found it works really well. However, the last thing that I want to share with you is that what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. Find a schedule that you believe would really work for you and stick to that for at least 1 week, maybe 1 week to a month. Then try another schedule. It could be kind of similar or it could be totally different. And try that for maybe a week or a month. And during this time, in both periods, take a simple survey and just have the simple question that you answer every day and keep track of it, of how much energy did you have today? How productive did you feel today? How much joy did you feel today? And see during which period were you kind of scoring the highest in these categories versus the other schedule. And whatever kind of performs better and leads to a better life, consider implementing that schedule instead. But hopefully this gave you some insight. Obviously for Ali and I, we've tested a lot of schedules, and this is really what's working the best for us in terms of, like I said, joy, energy, and just overall with our lifestyle. So that's why we stick to this, and works really, really well. And if you did like this video, let us know by giving it a thumbs up. If there's any comments you have, any questions that you have, let us know in the comment section below. And lastly, if you like this type of content and would like to see more videos like this, then be sure to subscribe, because we have a lot more great videos coming very, very soon on this channel. And I hope you found it valuable. As always, I seriously appreciate your support. Loved having you along this day to day, and look forward to seeing you in future videos. So until then, ciao.